Well, today marks the end of an era after 21 years and 693 NASCAR Cup Series starts. New Jersey's Martin Truex Jr. will call it quits from full-time racing. Here's seven-time NASCAR Cup champ Jimmie Johnson on the legacy Truex will leave behind.
From one champion to another, Martin Truex Jr. is a true friend, a tenacious fighter who barely laid a glove on the competition. Martin Truex Jr. will be remembered for thriving at both ends of the spectrum in NASCAR. With unending grit and resilience, he overcame massive roadblocks of team closures and sponsor departures. Through sheer mettle and elite talent, he took a single-car team to the 2017 championship.
I've wanted this since I was a little kid, and just never give up, man. Never give up on your dreams no matter what happens.
But while fighting hard for wins, he always raced fair.
We were going to race hard for it in my book.
No superstar has been less assuming and controversial than Truex, the cleanest racer of his generation.
Good play out there. Awesome year. Thank you for everything all year.
The soft-spoken fisherman from the Jersey Shore proved that you can excel at the highest competitive level while holding yourself to the highest ethical standard. It's that legacy of perseverance, speed, and sportsmanship that fans and peers alike appreciated about Truex. He earned the full admiration and respect of NASCAR Nation as both a model citizen and a humble champion.
Martin, you've had a Hall of Fame career. You announced your retirement a few months ago. Sat on the pole yesterday. What are the emotions of the weekend?
Not a lot of emotions yet. I think just focused on the race and trying to do a good job and, hopefully find a way to win this thing today.
So if you could win this race, how would that cap off your full-time career?
Well, that'd be the way I'd want to do it. I think it'd be storybook ending. I think anybody that's in this position would say the same thing. So I think we got a shot at it. Obviously qualified well and, thought our car was pretty close in practice. So hopefully we can, have it tuned up for today and do all the things right that it takes and, be around, just have a great day, have some fun and go out a fun way.
Well, good luck. And you have a career that many people would be lucky to have.
Well, I feel the same way. So thank you for that.
Boy, the win would certainly be the perfect way to end it, as he points out. By the way, in front of a lot of Martin Truex Jr. fans here today in Phoenix wanting to catch this last race. Let's bring in Lee Diffie and the seven-time Cup champ himself, Jimmie Johnson. Lee, as Jimmie gets ready to race today, I bet he's feeling a little less pressure than normal on a championship Sunday.
Well, right before you came to us, Marty, fellow Hall of Famer Jeff Gordon, his old teammate and good pal, walked past. He said, JJ, you've got my respect just for being out there. Today will be Jimmie's 9th race this year, not racing full-time, of course, anymore. But when you won this title in 2011, you started a Champions Journal. You then generously gave it to Tony Stewart. Then you went on that roll, right? And then you gave it to Martin Truex, who we just heard from. Tell us more about this Champions Journal.
Yeah, the journal was something that my wife and I came up with, and I honestly have to say that it was largely her idea. She was shocked that there just wasn't something that was passed along from champion to champion. I had a great conversation. Legacy piece, and I had a conversation with Mike Helton about it, and it just seemed like a great idea. And I found a journal, wrote the first, it was, I guess, 2011 when we did win the championship. I handed it to Tony, as you mentioned, and it's great that this thing still lives on. I doubt I'll ever see it again unless somebody wants to share it. But as a champion coming in, and the fact that you can read, note to note from champion to champion, hopefully it's something these guys appreciate and respect and enjoy as it gets passed along.
Well, let's go back to 2016. Today there's something special on the line for Ryan Blaney. You were the last driver to go back-to-back in a Cup Series championship, so there's a lot on the line for Ryan. But 2016 memories for you.
2016 was probably the most fun I've had in a race car. We just, there's so many amazing things that happened. This amazing opportunity to tie the greats and be a 7-time champion. Although that night was quite tricky for me, but that's the story of a championship race in this format, and what the drivers will have to overcome today, and what they're going to have to deal with, and what the teams are going to have to deal with. The pressure is just insane, and I know there'll be a massive moment for somebody today.
Speaking of that pressure, don't want to ask you about Logano or Blaney. They know that championship feeling. What about the two guys, Tyler Reddick, William Byron, that don't know what it's like to win a Cup championship? What are they experiencing today?
I think veterans have a step up, an advantage on the others, but everybody has to win their first at some point. And both of those guys are so talented that I don't think that's going to be an obstruction and that will hold them back.
So you've been in the races, some of these races. What have you made of the crazy finishes this year?
This track continues to age in a way that produces these wild restarts and wild finishes. And we've had it all, man. It's been great, and it's going to be that way tonight, too.
And this season has given us so much joy. Let's relive some of those magical moments.